So we win a lot of awards here. There really is nothing that we can do.
I definitely think that the dorms in general, like, you're gonna have pride for your building and the place that you live, and I think that that's especially present in Sewell because we're kind of off on our own and we don't really have any other buildings around us, and so the people here, like, they want to be here, they chose to be here. And
that's not, you think they prefer like certain halls over other, like, all right, like I'll go Farron, but like Sewell calls me for this, like, not
like
happening.
Institutional hallism.
No, seriously, it's like they're actually prejudiced against certain halls for certain, like, you know, maintenance problems, I guess. Is there?
Because Sewell always has a problem.
Yeah, because I mean, it was built in like 1930. They literally, and they're proud of it too. We have newspapers over there that are like, oh, like, you know, Sewell Hall, 1930, like first CU. Like, it's something to be proud of because it hasn't changed since then.
Sewell as a building is chaotic. There's definitely those people that just kind of do their own thing and they're pretty chill, and like the community council kids watch anime and Harding like pretty much every night. I always see them when I'm on duty and I love that. But then there's the kids that like break all the windows in one of the stairwells, and so like there's literally in every window in the Bigelow stairwell is broken. Every single one.
Like we found another broken window in that one stairwell.
That one stairwell where they keep breaking things?
Yeah, Lester. Yeah, we have the black duct tape. We have the sticky thing that someone punched through, even though the window was already broken.
Yeah, that's.
And now apparently we have another one.
So, you know, there's that, and then there's the times when people like tear down posters and that kind of thing.
Every time you put a board up, some party or some frat thing will happen, and then like people get really shit-faced and just think it's funny to destroy the bulletin boards.
I hate the vandalism just because like this is your house, and if it was like not a dorm that you shared with other people, I don't think people would treat it this way. If you had to pick up after yourself, if you had to, you know, take out the trash in the bathrooms or clean the bathroom, I think that people would treat it differently.
It is bad. Like one morning, I woke up, like we have 5 stalls in there, and one morning I woke up and every single one of them was like out of commission. Every single one of them.
Like they couldn't flush what you mean by out of commission?
Like there was something in every single one of them, but then also, yeah, like 3 of them could not be flushed. Like we're done, like out of order.
I was genuinely surprised how inconsiderate some people can be living in residence halls. Like, it never occurred to me once, or any of the people I lived with during my first year, like, oh, let's trash the bathrooms. Like, you know, let's throw these paper towels around. Let's do something like that.
And right when I just told them, like, the bathrooms are getting to, like, good.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, and then I told them, like, wow, like, you guys are doing a great job. They just want to, like, flip the switch.
I know, it's so ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, I just want to like walk down the hall and not have to worry about going to the bathroom and like finding a complete disaster.
Yeah. Well, like, if they disrespect me, it's okay. Like, I'll be, well, it's not okay, but at least I'll be like, I can be like mad and deal with it in my own way. But like, it's like they're impacting other people.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, come on, guys, we're better than this.
That's so cute. My whole heart.
There's like a little sign on the inside of the door. Joris made like a thank you for the environmental service staff.
And the whole floor
and all the floor signed it. Aww.
I love that.
How cute. Alright. And that one too.
No, what always happens on duty, from my experience, is 7 o'clock, nothing. Kids studying, which is nice. Gives you a little bit of faith back in, you know, the residents and the fact that they come here for academic studies. 10 o'clock, nothing. But then at 12 o'clock, as you're going around, it's always loud, and you can always tell people are maybe doing questionable things. Maybe. We don't know for sure. Maybe doing questionable things. But the problem is, we don't have any jurisdiction over questionable things, right? We need to see something happen for us to be able to act on it. So you mostly just walk around the dorm. It's loud. You hear bottles clinking. You hear things that probably are against policy. And then always, because I think the residents know when duty rounds are now, always afterwards when you're walking back up to your room, that's when shit hits the fan. That's when it really starts popping off.
It's the only reason why this building has not gone into the creek.
From knocking on wood.
Knocking on wood. Everywhere you go.
Yeah, just like every piece of wood you pass for the rest of the day, you gotta knock on it.
If I even say like, oh, it's remotely quiet, I'm like, oh, where is it? Where is it?
Just give me something.
Like, nothing good can come out of those phones is what I'll say. I've tried changing the ringtones. I've tried changing the keystrokes so that when you press on something it vibrates a little bit to, give it a little spice. Nothing good comes out of those phones. Nothing. It's true. Whenever I get a call on there, whenever you hear that ringtone, and that's universal across all RA staffs. Seriously, you hear that ringtone, your pulse quickens, you start getting like an adrenaline rush, and like cortisol gets on, you get stressed out. It happens. Hey, what's up?
I feel like I'm always on. You always, the job is always here. You always have to be very careful about what you do and what you say.
On the one hand, as I alluded to, you give up much more autonomy, much less time, especially on the Sewell staff specifically. We only have 10 people, which means more duty nights. Other halls, once every other week is how much you have to do duty. Us, we have to take a month's worth of evenings, 6 p.m. to 8 a.m. We have to give up and stay in the building.
Oh, wow.
Alright, you ready to haul that up 4 flights of stairs?
I'm pumped.
Everybody kind of comes into college with this adversarial sense of what an RA should be. We're an authority figure. We should be here to enforce policy and to write you up. We shouldn't be your friends. And even though that's not the reality, and we're supposed to be, advisors, that's literally the name, resident advisor, that stereotype still permeates itself.
Telling them like, oh yeah, like make sure you're safe, like don't have sex with each other, like it's gonna make everything awkward. And then they're like dead ass serious, just straight. What's up, dude? They're like dead ass serious, like, wait, can RAs have condom? Can RAs have sex? And I'm like, what? Like, yes, as an RA, I signed away, like, my rights to have sex. Like, I'm just not gonna have sex for a year. Abstinence, baby. It works.
Baby.
And, like, I was just so confused. I just looked at them and I was like, okay, so, AOL. Moving on.
Like, it's not just that they don't think of you as, like, one of them anymore. They don't think of you as a person. They're like, you don't have a life. But, like, when they text me at, like, 2 in the afternoon,
gosh,
and they're like, hey,
class.
can I do, I have my flashlight on. They're like, can you come do this and this and this for me? I got a message today while I was in the middle of class, and they're like, we've been out of soap in the bathroom for 4 days. Can you fix that?
When you get a...
Hold
on, I got it.
Hold up.
Hey, professor.
I'm running.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Soap? Soap? Who needs soap?
I'm a person.
No, it's the worst when you're in class. I just look at it and I'm like,
no.
It's the last straw. It's like I can't get sleep. I can't get my education. Like, can I have like something?
I had a resident ask me if I went to school here. What do you mean? Do I go to And they were like, well, we just thought that I don't know, you didn't go to college.
Your
I was like, what do you mean?
Your full-time job is us. Hello.
Do you go to school?
I have friends who are doing what I was going to do, live off campus, live in an apartment, and it doesn't really become apparent until I'm hanging out with them and talking with them, but it really does kind of hit you like, wow, I definitely have given up much more of my autonomy and freedom of time that usually is connotated with college by doing this. Hey, and we make our own fun, we can make it work, but not many college students have to make that sacrifice outside of their own volition. But then on the other hand, we really do have a good community here, And I have to admit that being an RA was a much more rewarding experience than I would have anticipated. Building that community, not only amongst the residents, but amongst the staff.
There's definitely like pros and cons to the job. Like, I love everybody that I work with, and even though we like fight all the time, it's like a fun fight. Like, we've been friends for a really long time type of deal. And when you're working in a stressful situation, having that good rapport with the people that you work with is like really important, I think. But there are some wild times in Sewell, and we have all been through some shit, it seems like.
I haven't put a single meme on the meme wall. I would just like to put that out there.
You haven't put a meme up?
I know, it's really
Lame.
sad.
Lame.
Lame.
Boom.
I added Webster.
Boom, Lauren.
You didn't
That
do
was
this? You didn't do this?
I haven't put one up, but I took the
Corey
pictures
did
of
that
Sydney
one.
that are up there.
Residents be like, this one killed me. Residents be like, Father, I crave violence.
that went up after the windows.
Oh, yeah.
Every person on staff is actually rather unique, and definitely just brings something different to the table every time you're working with them.
It's like we're kind of like a little family. Like, there's definitely like kind of like a, oh, these are the people that you go to when you're in trouble and you need help, and then these are the people that you go to when you like want to have fun, and this is the person that you know is always going to make you laugh, and that kind of thing. And so there's definitely different dynamics with different people and that kind of thing. And I don't know, I think that we have a really good staff dynamic. I really like our like little homemade family of 10.
Once you develop a community that you're okay feeling vulnerable with, the people you work with end up feeling much more fleshed out, less like caricatures of people, less shallow and more like full, developed, unique, and nuanced people, just as much as yourself.
Like, the role of the RA is always like to support your residents and everything, but with the nature of the role itself, we end up spending a lot of our time supporting each other. And
I think our staff is like, it's been the 80% of why I've enjoyed this job. I'd say 70, 80, 70, 80. Yeah. 20% is the meals. I'm kidding. It's the kids.